Hey there, aspiring guitarists. This morning I want to speak briefly about guitar ear training, listening. There's a lot of video ads I see on YouTube about ear training, and I've actually even bought an ear training course that was very, very good. But it also made me realize that before the advent of YouTube and this, that, and other, that I'd been doing ear training by doing some old fashioned things for over 50 years, all the way back to when I played in a large folk group and a large gospel group in high school with many guitars. Now, I have a video that I've already done. I'll put a link in the description about relative tuning, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna mention that video and ear training. And ear training is important because I think we lose some of our ability to get past plateaus and when we get frustrated because we want that silver bullet. We want that magic, the secret to the fretboard. Just do this and this will happen, and blah, and on and on and on and on. And some of them are good. I invite you to spice of life. Learn as much as you can. YouTube's great. Heck, I'm on YouTube. I hope that I've helped some people with my channel, especially to get past frustrations. But the reason I bring up relative tuning is because it starts your ear training, your listening immediately every time you touch the guitar. So what is relative tuning? Well, what does the word relative mean? Well, relative means it applies to the situation at hand, or that we're speaking of, is one definition. So, relative tuning, I'm not going to go through, I already told you I've got a course, but basically, if I get one string in tune, with a digital tuner, a pitch pipe, a tuning fork, whatever, the high E on the first, the low E on the sixth, or really any key, then I can tune the other strings to that already tuned string. I can tune relative to the guitar. I'm tuning the guitar to that perfectly tuned one string. And it used to be how we did it because we didn't have digital tuners. We had tuning forks, pitch pipes, things like that. Most of the time, depending on the group, people did different things. Most of the time, we would all tune. We'd blow the pitch pipe to a high E. We would all get in tune there, and everybody'd be plucking and listening out. And then once we decided we were all in tune, then everybody started relative tuning. And relative tuning is simply octaves. You'd pluck the first string, which is an E. You'd go to the second string, move to the fifth fret, which is another E in another octave. And then you had to move to the fourth on the next string, then you'd come back to the fifth. My video covers all that. But what I'm trying to convey is we knew what the sound was. We had done it to the point, I know when a guitar is out of tune. That ain't right. So my point is that starts us on the journey of listening. Because when you listen, then you can explore. Some people are just they don't even want to deal with playing a melody line. What's a melody line? Well, a melody line is actually playing the notes of the song, not just a chord. And a lot of people are scared to death. They're like, I don't want to have to look at a tab. I don't want to do it. Well, this is not anti-tab. This is not anti-music notation. But I also have a video where I talked about playing the song Happy Birthday. Once you start training your ear to listen, if you can if you can be granted the privilege of playing with other people, but you can do it just by listening on the radio or YouTube or watching a video, you will know what an E chord sounds like. You will then know what a G chord sounds like, a B7. You will hear what chords sound like, and start listening for the chords. And the first start to that is to tune your guitar. Learn to tune your guitar. Do relative tuning. Listen to the sound. Once you start embarking on that journey, you're going to make some mistakes. If you start trying to map out Happy Birthday, bum ba bum 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 bum, that's not that hard. You may think, oh yes it is. Mess up. Go to the 5th fret, find that first note, find the next note. It's not far away, and then move back and forth across the string, get the first note and second note right, try to add the third. Ear training. You may not want anything to do with this, but I'm telling you, it will enhance your guitar journey. It's also the way a lot of people that say they don't use theory, and that's a whole nother, remember, they may not be using theory, but they're using sounds, they're using shapes, they're using their own type of theory. Ear training. I'm not telling you not to go get an ear training course. They're great. They're going to do a lot of the same thing. They're going to play notes and say, is it this, is it this, is it this? Then they're going to repeat. Great programs. They're great. But I'm telling you, one of the ways you can embark, every time you touch the guitar, every time make you think about hearing, is to tune the guitar yourself. Get one, use a digital tuner. That's fine. Use a digital tuner. Get the high E and then do the relative tuning. So that's all I wanted to talk about. It's just another way to grow your guitar experience. And while some might think, oh, that's daunting, it's actually a lot of fun. Even to figure out Smoke on the Water. Boom, 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 boom. Somebody might give you 257, 2587. Listen to it. Start listening. When you hear a chord ring out in a song, do you know that chord? Go grab the guitar and see if you can replicate what you just heard. Ear training. Great courses, but you can do it every time you play the guitar if you just put some thought to it and maybe turn it into some fun, especially if you can play with other people. Close your eyes, have your buddy strum a chord and see if they can guess the chord. Then you may say, nah, that's not it. The one here, let me play the one you said it was. Boom, and then they hear their ear training. Learning to feel the music. It can help you with your guitar journey. It can help your guitar journey to be blessed. And I'm going to end it with this like I always do, and I mean it. Happy picking.